Good morning, student. Now we will be performing the second experiment of the dynamic of machine lab, and the aim of the experiment is to study the undamped free vibration of a torsional vibration of a single rotor system. Okay, so the application of this system is that all the machineries on which the rotors, that is the pulley gears, are mounted, they will be executing the torsional vibration in the system. So here we have to find the natural frequency of the such system. So let me describe the apparatus we are having. We are having this as a shaft. Okay, the one end of the shaft is fixed, and on the another end that can be considered as the free end, one rotor is mounted. So the length of the, you can say, the shaft is given from the mid of this fixed end to the mid of the rotor. Then the mass of the rotor and the geometric detail of the rotors will be given to us. So now I will be covering the theoretical aspect of this particular experiment. So initially, in our first experiment, we have studied the longitudinal vibration of a spring mass system. So this was our mass, stiffness of the spring is K, and the natural frequency of the system we have obtained as 1 by 2 pi under root K by N. And the equation of the motion of the system is mx double dot plus kx is equal to 0, or x double dot plus k by n into x is equal to 0. So this is the acceleration, and you can say this is your inertia force and this is your elastic force. So the natural frequency omega n we have obtained as under root of k by n. Now in this experiment, what we are considering? We are considering a rotor system. Okay, so let us consider this is our fixed surface. This will be your shaft and this is rotor. Okay, so let us assume that the length of the shaft is L. Okay, so now we have to create an analogy for the system of the motion between the linear system and the rotational system. Okay, in place of this mx double dot, this is the inertia force. Now in the rotational motion, the mass will be replaced by the mass moment of inertia, that is I. Okay, what about this acceleration? This acceleration will be replaced by the angular acceleration. Okay, now k will be your torsional spring. Okay, so it will be represented by the kt, torsional, and displacement will be replaced by the theta. So this will be the equation of the motion of the system. Now theta double dot plus kt theta divided by I equal to 0. This will be the characteristic equation or the equation of the motion of the system. So from here also we can find the natural frequency, and it has to be given by 1 by 2 pi under root of kt by I. So here I is the mass moment, or simply you can say the moment of inertia of rotor. This will be our rotor and this is shaft. Now we have to find the value of the kt, that is the torsional stiffness, and for that we will be using the torsional equation. But torsional equation say that torque divided by IP, polar moment of inertia of area, equal to G modulus of rigidity of the shaft into theta by L. So from this we can get T by theta is equal to G IP by L. This is nothing the torque required to produce a unit angular twist. Okay, this is nothing but torsional stiffness here. So the natural frequency of the system will become you have to be careful about the values of the IP and I. I is the mass moment of inertia of the shaft, and IP is the area moment of inertia of I. Okay, capital I is the mass moment of inertia of the rotor, and IP is the area moment of inertia of the shaft. So you have to be very particular about the value of I and IP. And L is the length of the shaft, and G is the modulus of rigidity of the shaft. Okay. Now let us move to the back to the experimental setup, and let us find the natural frequency of the system by experiment. This is the natural frequency of the system by analytical solution. Okay. So now we have to find the natural frequency of the system through the experiment. So what we can do, we will produce a twist into the system, small angular twist into the system, and as you can see that the system start performing the, you can say, the angular oscillations. Okay, so we have to switch on our stopwatch and count the number of the oscillations within 10 seconds. So for example, when I release this rotor from this position and it has started the angular oscillation, so by moving from this point to this point and again back to the same point, we will count the number of the oscillation as 1. So we have to count the particular number of the oscillation that this rotor has completed within the 10 seconds. So the number of the oscillations divided by 10 seconds will give the natural frequency of the system by experiment, and the theoretical we have already determined. So these are the observations which we have taken. So for a particular length of the shaft, we have taken 3 readings. These are the number of the oscillations. Okay, and 17 oscillations have been observed when we have completed the experiment 3 times. In 10 seconds, 17 oscillations have been observed. So the natural frequency of the system is 17. In the next step, what we have done, we have changed the length of the shaft. Okay, so we have changed the length of the shaft. Again, we have counted the number of the oscillations in 10 seconds. So this time we have found the number of the oscillation by increasing the length of the shaft as 15, 15 and 15. So the average value is 15. So the natural frequency will be 1.5, and in the first case the natural frequency is 1.7. Okay, so this is all the experimental part. Now coming to the theoretical part, we have also already discussed the analysis. The natural frequency is 1 by 2 pi Cj I by L. Here C is the modulus of rigidity of the shaft, which is given as 8 into 10 raised to the power 10 Newton per mm square, and J is the, you can say, J is the polar moment of inertia of the shaft, or the area of moment of inertia of the shaft, and its value is pi d raised to the power 4 by 32. So for a given value of the particular length, mass moment of the inertia, area moment of the inertia, and the diameter of the shaft, we can find the natural frequency using the theoretical value. So for the first set, that is the length of the shaft is 1.296. The average natural frequency by experimental method is 1.7, whereas the theoretical natural frequency is 1.84. So this much percentage variation we have obtained between the natural frequency using these two values. When we have increased the length of the shaft, the experimental frequency is 1.5, and the theoretical natural frequency by performing this calculation is 1.65. So this will be the percentage difference. So after completing this experiment, you have to give certain conclusion that what will be the effect of the length of the shaft on the natural frequency, polar moment of inertia, mass moment of inertia, their effect on the natural frequency of the system. These things you have to conclude on the basis of your observation from the experiment and the analysis part. Okay, and after that you have to give the answer to these specific questions. So with that, this experiment will be complete. Okay, thank you for attending this session.